So this is where we're staying. It's really close to the airport. I couldn't show y'all the other hotel because I didn't have permission. The one I was in overnight at Myrtle Beach.
You too.
Hi. Yes, ma'am.
How's your day going for you?
It's going great, thank you.
That's good. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I got you here for one night?
Yes, ma'am.
And so we have breakfast served from 6 to 9. It's going to be right behind you.
Oh, perfect.
And then we have coffee, tea, and water on this aisle, night free.
Wonderful.
Unfortunately, our pool is down for maintenance.
Okay.
And if you need anything from the front desk, just let us know. We are open 24 hours for you.
Okay.
And then checkout will be at 11 on tomorrow, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Here's that for you.
Thank you. I have a meeting at 11 o'clock that might go over a few minutes. Like, it's supposed to be quick. Do I need to pay a little extra just in case, or do I just let you guys know?
So we unfortunately don't do late checkout, but
Okay.
I can do 11:30 for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll be right out. I just need somewhere quiet. Thank you.
Okay. So we have a $3.20 destination tax fee. Due to that, we're considered a destination area. And then $100 incidental hold that you do get back. If it's a credit card, it's 3 to 5 business day. If it's a debit, it is 7 to 10 business day after
Okay.
checkout. And it's going to light up right here.
Oh,
for
here.
you.
Okay.
And do you need that receipt?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now have you sign that? You don't need the license plate.
I can walk out and get that. I don't remember what it is.
No, you don't need it. It's okay.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay.
just to make it.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Why? Silver.
All right, and so this goes face up on your dashboard, and that is your room number and password to the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And then to get access to it, how do you? You can come around the building.
Okay.
And you're going to be on the odds, away from the odd side. Okay.
That side. Okay. Thank you so much.
And this
Oh,
is your
sorry.
receipt.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You too. So that hotel stay was so awful that I did not have the desire to even do the end review until I got home. I have been to a lot of hotels. I have been to so many hotels, like so many people, and I have had some pretty interesting experiences, but this one really takes the cake. Okay, so as y'all saw in the video, I was checked in, nothing really bad or good, just, average customer service. I think she did pretty good. Well, when I went up to my room, I had to run right back down and go do more mystery shops before the time was up. So I didn't get back to my hotel room until about 10 o'clock at night to really evaluate it. When I walked in, I just saw the bed, I saw the TV, I saw the microwave, the basic stuff in a hotel room. I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. This isn't the W hotel, so I wasn't expecting a red carpet and, flower petals on my bed or anything, or champagne and ice, just an average hotel. So I left, like I said, and I went to do my mystery shops, and then I came back around 10 o'clock at night. Well, now it's time to actually settle in. So I went into the bathroom first, and something said, we need to check the bathroom. So I pulled the curtain open, and there was soap already in the shower that had already been used. And the packaging of that soap was laying on the rim of the tub. And I was like, did anyone even clean this bathroom after the last guest? I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, well, we won't be taking a bath. We'll be taking just a shower. So I take care of that situation. I mean, that was pretty gross, but okay, whatever. I have to put in my report, but all right, let's move on. So I cleaned up the soap. I picked up the soap with a lot of tissue and I threw it all away. And then I proceed to take my shower. Well, I know how to turn the knobs like anybody, and I know that some knobs are the opposite, but I turn the knob and I get to the temperature that I want. And I start taking the shower. Maybe 3 minutes pass and it turns into scorching hot to the point where I'm boiling. I was really worried that I injured myself, So I scramble out of the shower. I almost fall. I didn't, thank goodness, but I lost my balance. I was able to, fix that and turn off the shower completely. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I come to, it takes me a minute because I'm hurting, it hurt, but I waited till the morning and there was no real damage. So thank goodness, it was just extremely hot. But anyway, I turned the shower back on and I turned it on cold. 1, to heal the skin I just ruined probably, and 2, just to finish getting the shampoo out of my hair, possibly get some conditioner and do everything else I got to do. And we're not going to take another shower in that shower. So I finished. It did not happen again. Thank goodness. The cold water did start to creep up a little bit higher in temperature, but again, I wasn't injured. I'm like, okay. And I wrote all that down, and I wrote the time, all of that this happened. Now it's time to get on my laptop and enter some reports. So I get my laptop and I type in the password she printed on my keys. It was a 4-digit password. It was just numbers. I type it in. Invalid password. I'm like, okay, I know some people, I write a 7 just like this. Some people write a 7 like this with a little cross in the middle of it, and that's fine. I know it's a 7. So I'm like, what's going on? I know this is a 7, and I keep trying to type it in. Finally, I give up. I call down through the hotel phone. There's a hotel phone in my room. Most of them have one. And I call the service desk. Ring, ring, ring. It rings because I have to count the times it rings. Even if nothing was wrong, I have to make an excuse to call the front desk to count how many times the phone rings and what kind of greeting I get and how they fix my situation. Even if it's a minor complaint or a question, that's just part of being a mystery shopper and evaluating that. Nobody answered. I let it ring and ring and ring and ring and ring. I counted over 20 rings. All right, so I hang up. All right, I'm like, okay, she must be really busy getting people in for the night. So I wait another 30 minutes and I call again. This time I let it ring about 25 times. And I say I think 25 because it's hard to count them all, but I know I got over 20 that time. Nothing. All right. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to get dressed and I'm going to have to go down there. So that's what I do. I march down there and I'm like, Kayla, just hold it together. You're a mystery shopper. This is a job. Do not have an attitude. Things happen, but we need to have this addressed. So I go to the front counter and it's the same woman that checked me in. And she's looking at me like, oh God, what's going to be her problem? She looks like a Karen. Some people think just because of what I wear, I'm automatically a Karen. And if I reversed that and judged people on the brands that they wore, people would actually call me a Karen and call me all other kinds of things. So why do I deserve that? But anyway, and I got really nice, and I was just like, I am so sorry. I don't think I'm typing in the password correctly. I am dyslexic, which I am not. I was just trying to give her something. If you could help me make sure I'm typing in the right password. She grabs it from me and she's like, that's it. I was like, oh my gosh, well, I've typed it in over and over and over again and it's not working. She looks at me, she puts her elbows on the desk and she's like, do I look like I'm tech support? Okay. I was like, nope. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I understand if you do not know how to fix the internet. But thank you very much. Like, I was kind of at a loss for words. I kept stumbling and I just walked away. I'm like, all right, fail. I will just use my phone's hotspot, which worked just fine. So I go back up to the room and I'm making these notes, the time I went down there, how long I was down there, what was discussed, word for word. And then I'm getting in bed. I did my reports. It's about 12 o'clock, almost midnight. And I'm so flustered and I still have so much energy from running around in the day. I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch TV. I'm going to ease into getting sleepy. I'm going to call it a night. So I grab the remote to the TV that's right under the TV in front of me on the dresser. And I click it to turn on. Well, it doesn't turn on. I'm like, okay, maybe I didn't press it right. Maybe I don't have it lined up right. And I press it and I press it and I press it from all these different angles. It's still not turning on. I'm like, okay. I'm not giving up yet. So I go over to the TV and I'm feeling all around the edges, looking for the button. Almost every single TV has a button to at least turn it on. I find the turn on button right underneath it and I click it. It turns on. I'm like, okay, maybe now the remote will work. Trying to change the channel because there's some kind of TV show on, it's like a PBS station about dinosaurs. I'm like, okay, cool. Just not what I'm into right now. Informative, educational, not in the mood. All right. Normally I kind of like stuff like that, but not right now. So I'm trying to change the channel. It's not working. I can't even change the volume. It's a little loud and I feel like I'm going to disturb my neighbors. I can't get it to go down. So I'm like, really? I look at the back of the remote to see if I could even take the top off and adjust the batteries. Maybe there's just a disconnect with the batteries or something. There is no way to get in the remote without breaking it open. I'm like, I'm going to have to go down there and get assistance. How badly do I want to watch TV? And I'm like, nope, I am doing a mystery shop. This is her second opportunity to help a guest that, has an issue that they're paying for. I am paying for these amenities, all right? So first, I call. I'm like, we're going to call first and give her an opportunity to answer. I call. I let the phone ring for at least 20 times. I'm like, all right, this is going to be the same thing as the internet password. No one picks up. I go all the way back downstairs and I'm on the 3rd floor. I take the elevator, but still, I get to the front desk and I have the remote in my hand and she sees me again. And the look on her face was kind of like, B, you better walk right back where you came from. There was no mistaking that look on her face. And I just got extra cheerful because now I'm just pissed off, So I go up to the counter and I'm like, hi again. So sorry to bother you. But now I have another issue. The remote does not work. I've tried to turn on the TV. It will not turn on the TV. I had to turn the TV on manually by pressing the button underneath the TV. Now the remote will not turn the volume down. It won't change a channel. It doesn't respond to anything, but the red light does come on. She just looks at me like this. Well, what you want me to do? You want me to go steal a remote from somebody else's room? That's what you want me to do? I don't know what else to do. Do you have extra batteries? Can you change out the batteries? Do I look like the owner of this hotel? Do I look like Batteries Plus, which is a store? No, you don't look like either. I was kind of insulting her, especially about the management part, but that went over her head. And she's like, well, I just don't know what to tell you. If your remote don't work, it just don't work. Okay, well, thank you so much for all of your help. I will see you tomorrow morning. I ain't gonna be here. I'm getting off at 2 a.m. Somebody else is coming in here. Noted, darling. You have a lovely evening when you get off. I appreciate all your help. And I kept a nice face, but of course inside I'm just boiling and I'm wanting to come over the counter, but I can't. So I just go back up to my room and I watch TV on my laptop until I fall asleep. I get up in the morning, I gather all my belongings to get ready to walk out the door. I have a Google meeting and I was like, okay, well, checkout's not till 11. This meeting's going to be maybe 30 minutes or less. I'm perfectly fine, but at least I have my stuff ready to walk out the door so I don't inconvenience the people that clean the rooms and turn them over. You know, I don't want to stop anyone from doing their job. Well, I'm in the middle of my meeting. I hear a loud knock at my door. Over and over and over again. I'm like, I'm coming, and I apologize to the people I'm on the meeting with. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. I stayed at a hotel last night because I'm traveling for mystery shopping. Please excuse me for one moment. Checkout's not till 11. No clue what this is about. So I open the door and this other woman barges in my room. You're late. Checkout is over. Now you're going to have to pay a fee for, staying over the checkout time. And I was like, ma'am, checkout time is 11 o'clock. It is a little bit over 10 o'clock a.m. I am within my time limit. I will be out before or exactly at 11 o'clock. I promise you. And then she had nothing to say because she knew I was right and she just walked out. And then I come back to my meeting and I apologize. And they're all just looking at me like, wow. They're like, that's a mystery shop? I said, yes. This is a mystery shop. They obviously have failed. This isn't even all that has gone down. Yeah. So I finished my meeting and I gather my belongings and now it's like 10:25 a.m. and I'm walking down the hallway. I'm walking to the elevator. I get on the elevator and it's that same woman that barged in my room. I said, I'm checking out now. Here are my keys. And I hand them to her. She's like, who do you think I am? You take your keys to the counter and you tell them that you're finally out of your room. No problem. No problem. And I got her name because it was on her name tag. I laid my keys on the counter. I said, I'm checking out. There was a gentleman behind the counter that was actually nice, or at least for the moment, and said, what room are you? I told him what room, and he told me to have a lovely day. And I just looked at him in shock, like, oh my God, you had something nice to say to me? Huh? And I think he looked at me kind of confused, like, why is she looking at me like that? And then I just sat in my car and I made notes about what happened while I was on my meeting, the conversation I had in the elevator, and what happened when I turned my keys in. Yeah, and that was just yesterday. That was less than 24 hours ago. I checked in on Tuesday evening and I left on Wednesday morning. I will never go to that hotel again. I don't even know for a mystery shop. Yes, I got paid well for it, but holy shiitake. Yeah. So, they failed. They failed. Now, if you want to be a mystery shopper, if you want to stay at hotels for free and get paid to do so, you're not going to have many experiences like this. I have had very few bad experiences as a mystery shopper, mystery shopping hotels, but this one was the worst I've ever had. But yeah, you can absolutely mystery shop hotels as a mystery shopper. You can totally mystery shop hotels as a mystery shopper. And if you join my program at KaylaLaughs.com, I would be so happy to show you the ropes and how to make mystery shopping a wonderful part of your life. You are going to have crazy and awesome experiences. You're going to get free stuff, free stays, free experiences all the time, and get paid. Your bank account will go up and your cost of living will go down, even if it's a bad experience like I just had. But if you want this lifestyle, if you want these funny stories that you're going to have for life, you should meet me halfway at KaylaLaughs.com. I'll see y'all soon.